in demonology. A walking study in demonology. A walking study. A walking study. A walking study.
Hey there, I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
So this is how bad I have failed this evening's throws for mind control. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum.
Oh, well, if Pilot's in, it's going to take off for a minute. We better play some more brand.
Approaches are that's where the alignment is between Graham and I.
Okay, so
We want him to be here. A terrible spell, and part of that spell, humans have the campfire circuitry. For whatever reason, probably because it. So like, the television engages that, and like that's when your tribal elders are passing on information and stuff. So like those things are hijacked and make everybody feel like they're audience. And like if you watch characters in series that do break the fourth wall, and that's what the fourth wall I'm referencing when I do it. It's the wall behind which you are audience and not a human. So
Okay.
Hashtag paintball for Jesus, @GrimGrizz, hashtag break the fourth wall.
So like you do like break the fourth wall that doesn't exist and be like,
Break the fourth wall a little bit.
you really helped me break the fourth wall. Like, it's just people.
Good poetry is it's definitely always trying to break the fourth wall.
Always tried, as GrimGrizz says, to break the fourth wall to the degree that I can.
Ah! Hi, everybody. Welcome. I have so many tabs, so many cards. I think I'm going to hold them ransom. One card per donation. We've got one card already ransomed, and it's called Farming. Wow, I'm a real boy now. And the back of that card, oh my goodness, is also unlocked thanks to the beneficence of one Afriel Pilot's son. I guess we know what his dad did. Oh, it's going so great, Chezi. Now he's dropped a Chezi, the young Levite, and now it's just the young Levite. You're like pretty old. You're baby faced and all, but you're not a young man. Are there not younger ones than you? Oh, you guys need savings throws. That's the way that'll go. Here you go, guys.
I think the truth that we can hold is that's methodical truth. That's the truth that can be generated from a method. I think the truth that you're pointing to, the truth that seeks unity and seeks to be one with and participate in, which you're, I think, rightly talking about as love. And of course, relevance realization always involves caring. And I won't repeat that argument. I think that's all correct. But for example, all of those sort of dimensions, interpretation, inspiration, intuition, insight, right?
We interrupt this branding to say, Chezi, bring two friends and come to me. Remember what we talked about a long time ago?
But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with. But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with.
What if I'm God's arrow?
It's just an inversion. No. I don't know. I don't mean that. No, I didn't. No. Yeah, no. I think that's right. No.
All right. I gave you guys 9 minutes without any savings throws, and that's what you're here for. So, but I am wrong. And I'm to be wrong. To exist in wrongness is my natural superhuman ability, and as such, we're having a show on the internet where I do this thing for YouTube and you because it makes us feel virtually not alone. Even though we're all in our cells. If you look down the street, it's houses, and it's the same as a prison cell, except nicer. It's like you're privileged. You're very, very privileged, honky boy. What? It's called a birth lottery. Your dad didn't buy you good tickets to Earth. It's not our fucking fault. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. The basis of your choice is what you what you use to resist the mind control coming at you always, and especially here. uh, what you doing, Woody? What you doing, Woody? And so you choose between your will to survival, your social network, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart as the basis for your resistance to the mind control. I roll these dice. These dice you've been hearing rattle like this is some kind of ASMR. And if it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control. Half. I mean, you could succumb to it entirely, but just halfway for you. If you don't make it, if it's under 10, you take full damage and will probably donate. It's like save versus make a donation today. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. You can get bonuses for chatting. Survivalist with a 17, half damage. You don't have to pay anything. You're off the hook. Socialists, you too with the 15. Lovers of wisdom. You better say something in chat. That's only an 8. That's only an 8 for you. You're going to need the +2. Wait, no, that was heart. It's dark in here. What's going on? That was heart. I'm sorry, folks. Heart, folks, you just need to chat. Wisdom, folks, you only got the Trinity. So you're either going to have to go make a comment on a replay and do a chat or pony it up today. Indigo kids, that's the number 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Was that enough? If I missed one, please say it in the chat.
Ducks eat bread.
They do.
It is not easy to grasp this point, but the point must be grasped if we are to know more about the ways in which the human mind works. Man, as we realize if we reflect for a moment, never perceives anything fully or comprehends anything completely. He can see, hear, touch, and taste, but how far he sees, how well he hears, what his touch tells him, and what he tastes depends on the number and quality of his senses. These limit his perception of the world around him. Remember it. We walk remember it. We walk back. Well, boy, howdy, is that the powerful batch of branding? How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Let's see. An entire loaf of white bread. Does the dust says, but ducks can't open the loaf. Can't. Oh, I bet you they can. Nature finds a way. Don't you remember the Jeff Goldblum programming? Nature finds a way. It's called the Black Swan. That one asshole got popular for. The Nassim Talib or whatever. He's a jerk on Twitter. Boy, howdy. They're going to execute one day everybody who keeps calling it Twitter. It's going to be horrible.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The
room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
What the heck did you just do, man? Well, oh wait, you had a comment I starred. You earned a starred comment almost. No, we do. We equate the value of a starred comment to the value of a super chat, which would also magically be starred in this powerful program StreamYard, which was recently acquired by somebody. Let's see if it connects to China. No, that's not this stream. That's not this stream. We've only got the Farming WoW card unlocked. But the comment that was started was the name change. He's looking for a rebranding. How about do the Spider-Man take because of the wire around New York, outside the wire? What? No, wrong. Anyway, do the friendly neighborhood Levite. That would be then you hit all the Spider-Man memetics. It'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
A man is defined by his action, not his memory.
Remember, embody.
Now open your mind to me.
There is no agency.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
Yeah. Let's do that.
We've put ourselves in an impossible situation with storytelling, which is that you can't tell the story anymore.
Yeah. Let's do that.
We've put ourselves in an impossible situation with storytelling, which is that you can't tell the story anymore. The exception has to become the center, has to become the one that's holding the center of the story. And so because of that, we've put ourselves in an impossible situation with storytelling, which is that you can't tell the story anymore.
Bullshit, I can't tell the story anymore, Mr. Jonathan Pajot. I was one of the saps that took the self-authoring program, you see, so I can tell myself the story, and the casino card deck of the show is the King of Hearts. What do you know? Welcome, embodied. This is the Grim Grizz Stream 4/5/27/2024, otherwise known as Memorial Day. Everybody sacrificed their lives and freedoms against the Nazi mans. So you could have these freedoms, and what did you do with it today? How did you honor their memory? What were your activities? I played the shit out of some StarCraft, mother. Yeah, I mean, why listen to nature when you can mentally be with your friends in the virtual space and bizarre that is the Grim Grizz live stream, and or the other content provided to you by your local friendly friends at So, but let's get to it. Let's get back from the deep psychological warfare I perform on you in atmospheric engineering contexts without agency compensations. The blue church card of the show takes us to the 10 of spades, and that is this other bonus card I have. It says Raj Nahamateo, and because it's a leftover card, but I have Raj's number. I can find out what's up with him. The part that's on the card for this show is Walker, who we cannot let. I need somebody, anybody, to be the accountability stalker on this one, because that feller there, Rick Walker Tex. Rick Walker Tex got got in the Past Paul live stream. In the Past Paul live stream, I asked him to take over Paintball for Jesus. Hashtag Paintball for Jesus, you remember? I asked him to take that over and get it done because on the back of this card, it say anything I can do, you can do better. That's what good a cautionary tale is for you. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. Well, holy smokes, it's Neutrino, the one that Hyun Shu beat up off my Discord, which is kind of bullshit, Hyun. Which is kind of bullshit. All right. So what I wanted to say was, if this is right now currently your morning replay, you're having me with your coffee, please get the +5 for the replay comment and say, I'd rather do my sip with you than Scott Adams. 1, 2, 3. Because fuck that guy.
Working on it. Tune up.
need to go have a bowl of rice or something. So meanwhile, why don't you pop on over to Melchizedek's channel and give him some love? I'm just going to play the content you'll find over there while I get myself something to eat. This is part of being virtually not alone. It's a live stream. It's part of my life. Life is ongoing while I'm doing this. This is the real world, not IRL. I mean, IRL and this place are both planes of existence that overlap. And as such, watch Melchizedek and go give him a view later or now. I don't, whatever.
Actually E3 up on the screen because it's relevant to what we just read from NPR. Sam Altman on May 13th had just cryptically tweeted her, lowercase
Nerdy
her.
fandom.
And then the voice comes out. It sounds just like Scarlett Johansson.
Sounds just like her.
In the Spike Jonze film, her. So to
2 days before the ChatGPT 4.0 demo was released, Mr. Altman contacted my agent asking me to reconsider. Before we could connect, the system was out there.
Okay, so that was Scarlett Johansson. Not really. That was the AI voice of Scarlett Johansson reading Scarlett Johansson's statement.
All right, you guys want to fuck with Skojo? I did watch a Howard Stern movie when I was a kid. I'll sit on the speakers for this. What you do is, hey, that's you from earlier. What you do is, you take people like me in my Marissa Tomei pyramid scheme for good, and you put fMRI things on our head, and you have Skojo read porn to us. And then you have the AI bot read porn to us. And if the fMRI signatures match within 97.4 points of variation, then she gets 10% of everything you make off of that voice. Capiche? Play branding one-handed.
I listen to him. I think he is telling us the truth. That is indeed what he wants. Those of you who are sort of sniffing for duplicity or grift or dishonesty, I don't smell any of that here. I think he's telling us. I see this guy. I see both of these guys, but I see this guy as being very, very genuine and honest. He is telling.
Yes, I'm trying to make a living doing this instead of flipping burgers at Brahms, at the local Brahms. I spend time with people on the internet so that we can all feel together. I'm kind of bizarre, and I think I wanted to give a shout out to this fella for figuring that out.
Can't really participate in all of the live interactions, and I'm not sure how much I want to. I don't mind having conversations with people. I did this with Jonathan the other day. It was quite enjoyable, but my schedule doesn't really permit me to engage in multi-tiered live conversations. I'd like to suggest, because I've been thinking of it much more like a bazaar, a marketplace bazaar. It's this wild and crazy busy street. It's filled with booths, right? Marketplace booths. And each one of these booths is a channel, okay? Anybody is welcome. Come make a channel. Come make a booth. Sell your goods. Tell your stories. Give us your ideas. And we'll give you feedback on what you're selling. And it doesn't even have to be like that, but it's easy. And I think it all should, in my opinion, while it can be on other platforms, it can be on Discord, it can be on Substack, it can be on some of these other platforms, I think that it all should be on YouTube. It all should be on YouTube. And I think one of the first steps would be... Remember it.
is no agency. We want
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Somewhat making a list. One of the things I've been working on is trying to figure out what this thing is. What is this little corner? Now, currently, the way I would describe it is you have the elites. This is your Jordan Petersons. It's some of these big names, right? It's Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, any other particular people that you have on your list. And I think there's another thing is, as I think more people should share their subscriptions or make them more public. And I think that could be the backbone of what makes this little corner is all of these connections between all these channels, right? That's the edge of wherever
crossovers are what are the sauce, and he's got the best map so far. Hikikomori Hideout. Okay, speaking of which, thanks you Weeks, and for now, the bachelor party is over. They'll be watching. The last part on this it's the walker and the anything I can do you can do better, and the last part of that card, I hereby accuse you. Dude, come on, don't, this is supposed to be clippable. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, so say we all.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
Can everybody who is a channel member or has received a gift membership in the recent time being that is actually up late with us near the 33rd minute of this To Be Wrong stream at the end of Memorial Day with the When the Woke Awaken monkey thumbnail. If you're here, would you give us a goose? Would you give the Hive Mind a real good goosing with your superpower channel membership powers? Because we want to tell the algorithm things. This is it's like you're in the stadium doing the wave. Remember that? And if we do it on the Uphold crypto purchasing stock thing, as a group, you like. Melchizedek says, I like Grim best on Late Night Vibes. Yeah, I try to do a morning show because that's where the Blue Church money is.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
Oh, okay. Let's cover the thumbnail. When the woke awaken. When the woke awaken. They call themselves woke now, but when they awaken, it's like a Pearl Harbor reference, almost. And the agency deck card for the show reveals that. Oh, what do you know? It's good friends. The red Joker. That's of the Jokers. That's the one that gets into heaven. What? When the woke awaken. I like it because it sounds like an ancient Indian word, an ancient Native American word, an ancient Kiowa word. When the woke awaken. When the woke awaken. When the woke awaken. Remember, Embody.
There is no agency. We want
what's best. Hi there. I'm General Griswold Gaius Grimm of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. It's a shaper ingression of extra-dimensional beings in the human flesh that would otherwise sit there rotting on a couch or in a basement covered in Cheetos. We're here. We need you. Wake the fuck up. You're the army of the 12 monkeys. And I hereby charge you, if you are over 18 and an American and have the rights of citizenship, if you're a naturalized fella, if you went through and did the paperwork and all that, I hereby charge you with criminal civil neglect. And it's a class action lawsuit against the entire population of America who do not meet the minimum of civic responsibility participation stand. You're not participating. You don't give a shit about your local county elections, your city council, your whole town. You're not doing your due diligence as a man or as a woman, since we put the women in the men and forgot it because we lean into the antipathy, not the antipathy. What the fuck is the word? You guys know the word for the womb. The womb that he gives it between the snake and us, between the snake and us.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
And I haven't found a lawyer to take my case, but I'm making this public now live that I need your money and I'm suing you for damages to my country.
Like love. Love is worth saving.
I don't know love.
Now encompasses everything. Does it not?
It's all there is.
It's all there is.
You choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart.
See, you've given yourself up. But this is the most powerful thing that can be done. Surrender. See, and love is an act of surrender to another person. Total abandonment. I give myself to you. Take me, do anything you like with me. See? So, and that's quite mad. So we come to the strange conclusion that in madness lies sanity.
If you're new around these parts, if this is your first exposure and you failed, especially if you failed your savings throw, there's part of the background that most everyone around here has called the God Mask. It's explicated in a chapter that's been released on the Substack from my book called The God Mask. But the essential parts you need to pull from that for your background axioms are the 4 phrases of the God Mask, which are as follows. The first phrase is, "This is a PvP server." The second of which is, "The beast takes what it wants and gets what it gets." The third is, "Man protects the sacred." And the fourth part is, you're part of it now. You have been this whole fucking time. You know what? That one. There's so many.
The reason I bring it up now is I love truffles. Have you ever had truffles?
Like you give people propofol, you take them out of consciousness. It's a general anesthetic, and as you bring them back in, what you can see is when they're unconscious, the brain breaks down into local networks, and then when they become conscious, it reconfigures as a multi-scale small world network, and that of course lines up with Tononi's theory in some pretty important ways. Or a similar way, you can forget what it's another anesthetic was used, and I was talking with Brett Anderson about this recently, and you bring people back, and you can see also self-organizing criticality kicking in again. And that's because the firing and the wiring actually mutually constrain each other. And you can actually do this with binocular rivalry too. So you have an image that's presented to 2 fields of vision, and they can't be held together. And so phenomenologically you switch between them. And then you can see the self-organizing criticality. This area is firing in synchrony, corresponding to seeing the triangle, and then that breaks up criticality, and this area fires in synchrony when you're now seeing it as the square. And you can actually track the consciousness with the flipping of the self-organizing criticality. So it's already being done experimentally. And then the thing about those is they're not neuroanatomically based. They're functionally based. And what's important about those is they actually point to more comprehensive models, because self-organizing criticality and small world network formation also reliably correlate with measures of general intelligence, which supports the argument I was trying to make, that there's a deep connection between the machinery of intelligence and the machinery of consciousness. And so you can start to get empirically tractable ways of testing the very theoretical proposals I was bringing out.
Now, you might ask yourself, what is this in your hand, sir? And I would say to you, it is a wooden harmonica, not to be confused with a pan flute. That says on it, Griswold Gaius Grimm, synchrony harmonicist, which is in the Twitter bio, because that's, you put who you are, and that's where let's see your identification, sir. Well, my identification is my Twitter bio. What? Well, look over here. It's called X. Don't let them kill you for it. If you zoom in, the right side goes away eventually, and then you can just see the thing. And the thing happens to be me delivering on tonight's thumbnail. Well, the background image, therefore, of the When the Woke Awaken, and that's well, no, that's not the thumbnail, man. I'm sorry. Excuse me. What you wanted to do was say that in the small world network metacognition brain functioning that is this little corner, I would think that when the when harmony is achieved, when synchronistic harmony is achieved, like one person throws up a ball and then the other person lays it up in harmonic synchronicity. We have upcycles with the collaboration on Emily's piece, This Here There. And that was pretty awesome. She put it up on the X, and I couldn't figure out how to get it down because, well, you see, I often call the show the ship, and the ship is a flotilla of channels. Our Discord is like our under the hulls, and oh no.
The reason I bring it up now is I love truffles. Have you ever had truffles?
The fourth wall is a lie. Oh yeah. Beyond the fourth wall, there's a lot of opportunity. Oh yeah. One. Breaking the fourth wall. Oh yeah. Two. With a flotilla. A fleet of yachts that with the fourth wall crumbling. Oh yeah. 3. Quality merchant. 4. Hey guys, the fourth wall is falling. Oh yeah. 5. Got a 2008 totally new refurbished flotilla. And 6. Here on top of the fourth wall with Basketball Vanderquay. Oh yeah. Get your butt right down the Boston name modem. There's something more. You can come up on this fourth wall too.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this fourth wall.
Oh yeah. No, all of that is to say that you brought this bit up here. Thanks to Afriel saying you've been part of it this whole time, but now you know, and no one's half the battle. The first part, the first God Mask phrase, this is a PvP server. You're like, oh, Graham, I'm not some stupid video gamer, man. I don't know what PvP server means. I don't even know what that means. It means if I tell you and you do it anyway, I get more points. So if I say mommy, wow, because I'm farming your time, attention, dollars, and creative capacities, and you do it anyway, I get way more points, and all of this, I assure you, I can close that without killing anything, right? Right. Is thanks to Upcycle Club, who on so many levels, is masterfully, what do you call it? Oh, jeez. He's embodying the archetype of this. No, not that. That you'll get there eventually.
First, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit, but it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that, TED. Thanks.
Back when TED Talks weren't terrible. You guys remember that before they became like mass-produced, whatever you call it? What? Yes, welcome to what? Bring back the loot. We had, oh man, our axe game tonight was so fantabulous. We went in a Goonies lagoon and knocked undead abominations into the water where they dissolved into foam and seaweed. But one of them called our new guy Krieg and vomited salt water in his mouth for reasons that were never revealed. It's a great way to be virtually not alone. They're having a convention in like 9 days, and it appears that we can just drop by and whatever. And since Richard Rawlins is probably pitching that Ambrosia game, he needs to be there. So why don't we set up a new Kofi goal where it's you go snatch Richard and crash the RPG convention in Dallas. What about that? Dude.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
Keep it coming. Never go. I'll never die. I love you. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. So like, Sorry for the interruption. Once upon a time, I made the request of one of the people that are us that can play guitar, do the guitar part for the Dewey Cox LARP hard, and then I we can make the and that hasn't happened yet. And so plus bonus 7 indigo on the Discord subsystem. If you're in the Discord, there's these little 7 indigo emojis. The Hive Mind chat can also make them here, but on the Discord, see, they're an emoji, and when people give them to each other, that's going to turn into points. That's a cryptocurrency. I asked Jordan Hall about it in the 5 minutes after the interview overs, and he recommended the Zero.net place to tokenize and tie it. We're going to have to do some coding, right? But what's on the emoji on the Discord is going to tie into a cryptocurrency. So for the really poor people, like that live in the countries where a dollar does amazing things, they can do work for us, and we give them emojis for their participation, which they cash out the cryptocurrency money as part of this shadow cabal matrix that General Gaius Grimm is building. I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head.
Shake it up is all that we know. Using the bodies up as we go. I'm waking up to fantasies. The shades all around aren't the colors we see. Broken ice still melts in the sun, and times that are broken can often be won again. We're so alone and so really matter to me. Take a look around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head. You're out of touch. You're out of touch. You are out of touch with reality. And this is the When the Woke Awakens stream. To Be Wrong. To Be Wrong is going to be a great part. Great part. You're going to love that. I have another card on deck that is being held hostage. It's this one. It's not going to be released until I catch another Ko-fi donation there in the Hive Mind chat. So maybe we don't have it, but CW Weeks, I see, is out there saying you don't want to be like Coney, whoever that is. But since I know he's out there, I'm going to see if I can farm him real quick. Watch this. Here's a Michigan deck card of the show. Meanwhile, if that's what you tune in for, and that's this one, the 7 of spades. And here it goes. First, you prime the ego with a little bit of
ducks eat bread.
They do. They like it.
And then you say Roy Clauser. Dewey Weird. Roy Clauser. Dewey Weird. Roy. No, I'm old. No, you're not getting the third one out of me.
It's no. It's just an inversion. No. I don't know. I don't mean that. No. I didn't. No. No. Yeah. No. I think that's right. No.
All right. That was fun. Where are we at on the tabs? There's only 47 more tabs to go through in this To Be Wrong stream. Oh, this one's a good one. The next tab up on deck is not that man's behind. It is this. Estuary Northwest 2024. Encountering face to face
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Click through. There you go. It's this September 12th to 14th, 2024. Encountering Face to Face, a 3-day conference in Olympia, Washington, hosted by Grail Country. More than 15 hours, 3 days in person, where you get to see Dr. Michael Martin, Paul Vanderclay, Dr. Chris Green, and Karen Wong, and the most importantly, and the most important recent development is my birthday is that Sunday, and we're doing a special dinner. What do you call it? What's that guy that was the host of the Symbolic World Conference where I attended as a VIP, thanks to the people here? He was the host, did this thing. It was a traditional family hosted drink, Orthodox, we get drunk because we're Greek thing. Some kind of meal. It's going to be like that, but it's going to be me and Slack and D and some kind of tabletop RPG where we're playing face to face, rolling dice, and saying "Happy Birthday, Grim" with the special meal I've yet to decide. I have a master chef on deck asking me for a menu for that now. Oh, but you've played them all, my man. No.
How this could be used to allow people to connect and get past the status game. So I'm just gonna play with this right now, which is weird. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. Right? So that would be cool, in my opinion. That would be very cool.
No, see, heretofore there then. In order to attend the birthday party with the Grim Grizz and the rolling the dice and the eating the special food event, the VIP of VIP events, really. Nate, the ticket salesman, is going to require you to purchase at least a regular ticket. If not the special Have the Thursday Barbecue with Us ticket. There's the basic ticket and then the full ticket. The basic ticket, you get to see the event with the people talky talk. The full ticket, you get the Thursday Barbecue. You have to buy one of those two first. That's step one. Step one to get to attend the special elusive VIP. Hey, check this out, Ortho. Check this out. I have this on deck. I saw you were live streaming earlier, and I stopped it at this part so I could share it.
Be out with friends right now, but I have to text him as soon as I get home because I can't remember this dog's name. It's either Stella or anyway. He goes to work in there, dips the candles. I'm gonna walk back through here. Come on, a bear. Let's go back so I can give more tour because there's one person watching. So I love to give the tour. So inside is the San Jose Candle Factory that my husband started in 1998. He bought this property, San Jose Candle Company. He bought it from a Serbian Orthodox man in San Jose, but that guy was only making, paraffin candles. So my husband and his spiritual father, who used to be Jewish and then was evangelical Protestant and then evangelical Orthodox and then Orthodox and then became a priest and then became a priest at a monastery and then became a monk. They bought this candle dipping equipment, these carousels from an Hasidic Jewish man in Queens or Brooklyn. So
that was my favorite part, but it made me inquire in the live stream, and I did not stick around to see the answer. How far you are from the Olympia event, which is in Olympia, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, where there are trees and everything. and you can get your full ticket, and that's this September 12th through the 14th, where we already got these guys on deck. Because you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Johnny Pajot wanted to buy a ticket to this elusive VIP D&D game with me. And as such, he was talking about stopping by and staying at your place, wasn't he? That Pajot fella, because you guys are them Orthodox folks. Anyway, so those all see the synchronicities can harmonicize. And you can have that Viveki clip again while I go get more to drink, because you might have missed it. This is important.
Like you give people propofol, you take them out of consciousness. It's a general anesthetic. And as you bring them back in, what you can see is when they're unconscious, the brain breaks down into local networks. And then when they become conscious, it reconfigures as a multi-scale small world network. And that, of course.
And that's us. That's us. That's what we're doing. It's on the meta layer. It's not one brain. It's the hive mind. It's the people that all gather their attention in the virtual place known as the Grimgris stream. Oh, God. Stop doing this to the Lord's breath.
I'm asking people that you touch this, all of you, when you have those moments of real creativity where something comes over you. People even use poetically. They talk about a muse coming over them, and it's them and.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it!
Well, then assassinate me. I'll be at Nate's house. See, that's one of the things, man. You got is it? Well, oh, it's on the back of the card that was already unlocked. But we do want to stop and celebrate the fact that Melchizedek has unlocked this card. This card here. Where's click on it again? You're supposed to start it there. Thank you, 5C. That's the bot that we played a bit of before. Have some more. As if this was. Oh, we closed it already. Like you closed that butt guy, and then we played that, and that's the thumbnail. Okay, where were we at? We were at the estuary, but you were tired of talking. Son of a
Not alone, don't forget. Oh, welcome. I hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know if anybody's even listening right now. Like these voices in the background makes them feel virtually not alone. Your host, General Griswold Gaius, member of the First Blood Regression Protocol and a member of the Fraternal Regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy. On behalf of the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency, I fulfill. We have some all-stars in the hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today.
God bless you, Bart. God bless you, Bart. As a bonus to this show, we get reminded that there was a beautiful, actually kind of part of the show already. It ties in nicely. Once upon a time, Jonathan Pajot went on a podcast, had a guy on this podcast by the name of Owen Cyclops, the comic guy. And while he was talking to the comic guy, he spoke into being that Alan Moore was his nemesis. And then once upon a time, in the legendary example of what happened, the physical, the literal what happened, the physical actuality of this material existence we share, an event that occurred was I gave to that man the book, the comic graphic novel book series, Pandemic. No, it's not Pandemic. Man, why can't you think of that lady's name? Someone, Promethea, because she stole the fire from my mind. Promethea, he did this thing, and it was an apocalyptic graphic novel with great symbology where they teach you the tarot, and then they walk you through the 33rd degrees, and they hopscotch through the Kabbalah. There's this great part with the beggar and the fountain that nobody will explain to me. And I gave that series, graphic novel series, to Jonathan Pajot, and I was like, man, it'd be great if you tore apart your Nemesis graphic novel, since you're engaging in the production of a graphic novel called Your God's War. And I got a tweet. He tweeted about it once, and he said something like, if someone find the tweet, scavenger bounty board this. He did the tweet before he deletes it. That he gets so much of it right, and then something. I don't remember the back end of the tweet, but he did say that Alan Moore got so much of it right. And part of what's in there, and if you can find the video that I did once, because now he's got the books and I don't, and I can't do the video again or show you the image. But the image was of Harpocrates, the silent god. And I demonstrate how it manifests is that one atheist is butt buddy. But another part of that is how like there's, where's the why is that? Why are you talking about this? Is it permissions? No, it's power in the name. It's namespace. It's this bullshit. Oh man, here, have a music break. Thanks to people I've met and more. Two Morphs and Miss Karen Odrick. Oh, wait. What? Yes. Dolly made an appearance. Thank you, Dolly.
Share the beach with you. Going on a nice walk. It's been a long time. I just want to say that let your faith be bigger than your fear, because God is greater than anything that you can imagine. And He makes things that are impossible, that may seem impossible, possible. And He's got His way to do it. His thoughts are above our thoughts. And we can trust in Him, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. That's in Proverbs 3:5. And I just want to say that look at what you can experience if you just trust in Him. So God bless you this Sunday. Sam, I just thought.
Is going on all these different axes. I have to surrender back to languages unnecessarily hyping things up. And I prayed, God, if you're there, show me. And I had this very profound. It's funny. I've told this story so many times, and I begin to be skeptical of my own memories. The stories we tell a lot, right? You're like, what is actual memory and what is?
Yeah. Like, how have I polished it up?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm very skeptical of myself, but I can't think of that moment without some sort of echo of the. Sorry, that doesn't always happen. Encounter.
Yeah.
And that was that, really.
What the fuck is that? Scientifically, you material atheists, folks, what the hell is that just happened, that we just witnessed, that we just participated and shared in? What is it? Material scientifically. Tea bags or whatever your name is.
But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with. But he's overcoming something rather than, a true marksman will look at the arrows available and say, if I want to hit the target, I'll pick the best arrow so that I can hit the target. A true marksman might say, all of these arrows are crap. This arrow is at least crappy in a way that I can work with.
And next tab up, we have traumatic brain injuries. Why don't we all just take a moment to say, by the power of the Christ in our collective will, that let's have some miraculous traumatic brain injury healing happen through the collective will and prayer of the channels, because we do weird scientific experiments on the group collective like that. And this is sponsored by what this poor lady went through that JBP talked to.
And I expect you to do something for me. You expect me to do the same damn thing. And if a guy comes out of that building and he's coming at me and I'm compromised, you better pull the trigger, or you better jump on him, or you better do whatever it takes. Because we have lowered the standards, we are putting people in places that are going to get others killed. Full stop. You and I go outside the wire, okay? You get shot. I'm beside you. Who's picking you up?
How are you doing?
Fantastic.
How
Truly.
come?
Psychedelics, community, purpose, love, all of it in combination. Mainly the catalyst point, though, with my husband did the best he could for as long as he could. My psychiatrist has never failed me. But what I had lost, and people don't really talk about this, when you transition out of anything, professional sports, military, police, going into the civilian world is not the same. And if you lose that community,
right? So you're hurt and you don't have an identity.
Yeah. And I was told at 21 I'd never work again. So that's a great label. So you have post-traumatic stress disorder, you're never going to work again, and you're broken. We become the stories we tell ourselves. We know
but it's not Wednesday. So here goes. Got to watch a few streams in the last few days that were very interesting in the little corner. And someone actually mentioned Michael Heiser. And I was like, hey, somebody else has heard about him. If you haven't picked up his book, The Unseen Realm, I highly suggest it. And then in the stream, the other day in the little corner, I was
Do you hear the solo? Are you giving me the ear for this? What did you not hear, Franco? What did you not hear? Inspired by the Hive Mind comment and the fact you haven't played it yet.
And I can show you how.
Whatever that seems to be something that is an overall good.
We're at a crossing. Can you feel this? Can you touch the fear and dizziness of our moment? Can you sense the ground shifting beneath you?
An overall good.
The sky spinning as a red tail swipes the stars from the heavens. Good. All is primitive, while the Inquisitor looms behind you.
Good.
Two sides have risen, and all reality is caught between Charybdis and Scylla.
I'm not sure, let's say, what the ultimate significance of each of us doing this is, but I think whatever that seems to be something that is an overall good.
And that's yes. If you catch me catching this, the solar soul, Alex something. What's up, Alex? If you catch this commentary, you're a little quiet there, bud. Speaking of other things happening, there was this at the 33rd minute. We can present to you.
We're heading to the stage.
Okay, so I said, oh, it doesn't tell me the time. Oh, it does, 8:45. Okay, so at 8:45, I said, is this the rock that hit Jonathan Peugeot's house? And for context, and then Jonathan Peugeot's post was at 6:29. Okay, so
I don't
whatever.
know where he lives.
Somebody math. Yeah, I know. I figured it was like middle of Canada. Like, I don't know. And because
the middle of Canada, I thought it was the east of the Canada. Can we play Where in Carmen San Diego with Jonathan Peugeot and figure out the time zone differences? And check it out. There's dark mode, jackass. How do you get there from here? Please enjoy some more branding as I figure out how to do dark mode so that that's bearable on everyone's eyes, at least mine.
On the list? Yes. Any of the on the list? Yeah.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
On the list? Yes. Any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
Settings and privacy. Where's dark mode? You sorry sons of... Log out. Oh, you guys are terrible. Anyway, fuck it, man. Do it live. We are doing it live. We do it live every time because, they hold you to higher standards if you record. This tweet really was the impetus for the title. For the title of the stream. Sorry, guys. It was more the get a drink part, the soda bit. That was more for the soda bit while I dicked around with X. The impetus for this here thumbnail, title. When the woke awaken. No, the to be wrong. Because it's the wrong question part, which is where you had something tied into that. Didn't? Yes. Oh God. All right. Well, first of all, you wanted to give a shout out to our good friend Kale over here, who's talking to some other fella. Who's talking to? We got a weird combination. We got a weird little going on. First of all, we have this video I haven't watched yet from Pastor Paul. Why don't we see Latin Mass Catholics? Son of a Latin Mass Catholics represented in the corner like we see the Ortho Bros. And like, isn't that the guy who left, who broke off and said that TLC didn't exist? Wasn't he a Latin Mass Catholic? We do have this Catholic, this Kale Zeldin Catholic fella, and he's talking to some guy about what Jordan Peterson and Alex O'Connor said.
Everybody, and welcome to the Underneath. But he's just talking about things differently, and I think it needs to be addressed to point out some of the errors, but it's not the same old formulation that you get from Catholic Answers or even the traditional sphere. It's just it's piquing people's interest in God in a way that they normally wouldn't.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know,
And we wanted to tie that in because apparently this video here is we're talking about and mentioning, and if you want to say something important about it, find the part in the front you wanted. This is the part nobody's going to pay a lot of attention to, but it's really the important part.
Discussion of all that.
Well, it's in here somewhere. I'll find it real quick, and then I'll say, hey, this is it.
So first of all, thank you for coming here. It's a long way from London. We're in LA, and so that's a long ways. And so, and insofar as you're going to disagree with me, I'm pleased that you're exhausted from the flight because that'll slow you down and that'll be helpful. So anyways, seriously, thank you for coming. And so let's start with this, Cosmic Skeptic. Right. Okay. So how do you come up with the name and why the conjunction, and what do you think the advantage is, if any, in relationship to the emphasis on skepticism?
I'll give you the official and the...
And that was the point that I thought was worth making, which somehow ties into the thing that you spun off on. Oh, yes, the title, To Be Wrong part of the stream, the wrong question bit. Okay, now, that's the important bit, so I'll run it again.
Why for coming? And so let's start with this, Cosmic Skeptic. Right, okay, so how do you come up with the name, and why the conjunction, and what do you think the advantage is, if any, in relationship to the emphasis on skepticism?
I'll give you the official and the unofficial story.
And I'll tell you the important bit is the namespace. The fact that he came up with that clever name, much is the same way rationality rules, and like the fact that Rick Walker Texas is at Rick Walker TX on the Twitter. These sorts of namespace powers are part of the defense against the dark arts and things that we do around here sometimes. Yes, etymology. Etymology is a class that we need what do you have the classes for? You have the classes get them off the screen. You have the classes in the school that is the defense against the dark arts because you're playing into the Harry Potter remedics. It was the last time you remember any human beings lined up to buy a book. And when the woke awaken, and the ones that I see, imagine that the things you're viewing there are the ladies who have given up their wombs for fake penises and are on testosterone injections, courtesy of Pfizer and or Moderna and or your favorite company, who provides the best in hormone-altering substances, much like that weird episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where Q showed the cops were all on the drugs, right? But now it's hormone alterations.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
Now, and the reason you brought all that shit up is because you're trying to get to the To Be Wrong title and get that through. We still have the unlocked card thanks to the 5Z over there on the stream you should have clicked when I gave you the chance. when I gave you the chance. But these guys had a conversation. The big part of the conversation is the Panasonic part, where he gets Jordan Peterson to say that if he had a Panasonic time traveler with the flux capacitor donation at the top of the hive mind, then he could go back in time with the Panasonic, and what he sees on the LCD screen of the Panasonic, a man walking out of the tomb, and Peterson admits probably yes. And that was a big hootenanny of the conversation. The important part was the namespace, and then oh yes. The big thing about Jordan Peterson is he's a famous guy. He says it's a liminal character. A liminal character? Liminal means like in the border, the threshold, the Janus face. What? The Janus face? Yeah, like Chad has and doesn't show anymore. Like Chad has and doesn't show anymore.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
If you're an outside person from the Blue Church, you would be astounded at the hours of video content that has been provided to a teeming mass of lobsters, not lobster monkeys, because they haven't recognized the skill hierarchy yet. But if you were one of those folks, you would be astounded at the amount of content that has been generated to trying to get Jordan Peterson to answer the question, do you believe in God? And he's got his whole fancy squiggling and about not answering and being a liminal character and a jester on the margins. And I'm on the margins, bitch. You're on the ivory tower. What? That you escaped the ivory tower. You escaped the ivory tower. What? You escaped the ivory tower. Fucking Toronto, bro. The CIA's budget was originally foreign. Now, if you're a blue shirt, then you'd be astounded. And the question is, do you believe in God? And it's the wrong fucking question. Does God believe in you? That's the question. If you want a fancy quip to give back to somebody that asks you if you believe in God, the fancy quip is, does God believe in you? Because whether or not you believe in him is fuck all irrelevant to everybody but yourself. And there's a bonus 3 clubs card of the show. Another music break. Yeah, dude, you've done an hour and a half. All right, we've almost made it through the tabs. Let's see, we haven't done that one yet. We did that one, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one, and that one. Yes, we're down to, you know how when you close down enough tabs, the titles all expand at the top? That happened, and you didn't get to see it. And we're down to like a card and a half on these. We're going to make it through. No, this isn't a 15-hour stream. I'm no Grail Country. Where you can be on the show more often than you can around these parts. We have Slackarius tagging out with a good night. Patty J tagging in. This man knows me from Lemon Live days where we performed a song together. For the now, anyway, yep. On this card here, we have this was unlocked by 5Z. Don't forget, thanks to the power of the grifting. Watch history like a tranny judge's college diary. That was written entirely because they don't deny you your watch history. They deny you an accessible and easy format for your watch history and your post history on the Twitter. If they would lay it out like a diary, you could flip through. You could flip through the days. You could monitor your own behavior because they're monitoring your behavior and those patterns on the back end. The format they don't allow you, and it makes me. If you want a better platform when they kick you off of this one, or it sinks, or they make it private like they did with Google Plus Enterprise, they call it. We need a platform with a watch history we can access like a tranny judge's college diary. And that's a reference to when we all saw Jordan Peterson go off the rails back in those days. On the other side of this card, Patty J, you also know the Mercury Black, and he's there. Because on this card it says Ken Wilber, which is that was the Russell Brand one. Anyway, we didn't open that tab. Oh my God, it's Rascal. Hi, Embody. Welcome to the evening shift. That gets a bubble. There it is. There it is. We get a bubble invocation. That's one of the channel perks, maybe. No, should be. What?
The reason I bring it up now is I love truffles. Have you ever had truffles?
It is not easy to grasp this point, but the point must be grasped if we are to know more about the ways in which the human mind works. Man, as we realize if we reflect for a moment, never perceives anything fully or comprehends anything completely. He can see, hear, touch, and taste, but how far he sees, how well he hears, what his touch tells him, and what he tastes, depends on the number and quality of his senses. These limit his perception of the world around him.
Welcome to the When the Woke Awaken stream. When the Woke Awaken stream. This bit, the When the Woke Awaken, this bit, this card here, and this bit, kind of. Okay, this is the back end of this card. We're on the Mercury Black part. Okay, the thing is, there's this big divide that's not being seen or discussed. And that's essentially the one that our good friend Peter Jones brings up in the Gnostic nonsense. But however, this ties back to the Pajot nonsense with the Promethea book. It's an apocalyptic book, and what's revealed at the end of the apocalyptic book is the thing that I'm sure has already been encoded into your reality previously, but it's perhaps what I refer to as a blue anchor to help make you lucid. A blue anchor to help make you lucid. You have a permission slip. You might be in an existence where you have a permission slip. You have to get permission slips to allow yourself to transform. And once you've given yourself the permission slip of participating in, say, an IFS, an internal family systems analysis of your interior, you can manifest a tulpic persona that may or may not be demonic, that speaks it separates yourself in the bubble. Your consciousness separates itself into a bubble, into a small bubble. If you engage in such things that give you permission slips, perhaps psychedelics would do that for you. I don't know what permission slip you need. Maybe it's a blue anchor. It's a hotel motel where the good man is. Yes. Well, butter my biscuit. Yes, and so I don't know what the difference is. Somewhere between this interior demonology, a walking study, or The Legion. The Legion. Brought to you by the Shadow Cabal of production executives, otherwise known as people like you.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
I'm a real boy now. Turn off the branding. No, there's the thing again. When the woke awaken, yes. Yes, you're finally going to leave on the to be wrong. To be wrong. No one ever really asked me real hard, whether or not I believe in God. And that's, maybe they did, and I just hit them with this God. I know God believes in me. I always have. I mean, I have his breath, don't I? I'm filling it with smoke. He clearly believes in me. But as far as it goes, what kind of Christian are you? Well, I'm the kind that believes the following. I've laid it out in this beautiful Twitter feed over on X, which I think might not be shown for various reasons to people. So I'm bringing it to you hereby on this stream by clicking these buttons. Hey, here it is there. Now that we're engaged in genetic engineering, consider whose image we're made in. After taking the bite, the apple did not fall from the tree. There were monkeys here once, and someone more like us injected their DNA into the brains, much like the Chinese scientists have. You can Google just Chinese scientist monkey brain into your browser of choice, and it will tell you about how the scientists with the human genome and the monkeys appeared smarter. Similarly, that's the image we were made in. That was in our DNA. But now we're in for the hot controversial bits that nobody's gonna like.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
Oh, you didn't scroll down fast enough. Now this.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I...
The reason I bring it up now is I love truffles. Have you ever had truffles?
But as long as there were only like one or two of them at a time, I could sort of manage. And I had the same issues with, often with church people, because having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Yeah, there you go, Chris. You can clip that. Having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Someone will walk in, I remember. So then we had when someone would knock on my door and want to talk for 2 hours. My schedule could handle it. So I talked for 2 hours. So actually, I've listened for 2 hours. And that was, in many ways, all the internet randos are just, basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah? Oh, wow. It's true.
I taught you how to clip, right?
So,
you can do a clip mail for me. You can make a clip and then tweet it and then add Pastor Paul to say clip mail.
Hey, Pastor Paul.
Are you saying we should LARP as adults?
With like civic, human, responsible duties?
Why to do it again? That's really what we're trying to do. And act like fully mature men for the benefit of everyone. For the benefit of everyone, he said. Is that part?
LARP like grown men for the benefit of everyone? Is that what you're recommending people do?
On the other side of the LARP gate, Pastor Paul.
My question to you.
Sir, from this side of the LARP gate, where
basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. So, yeah, and it's lamentable because
at the juicy bit. All right, well, let's do it then. Okay, the next bit, the juicy bit, the biblical Christianity bit. Let's make it real big. We're clear about this. That's the open secret about Exodus. That bit when Moses had to hide in the cave as the glory passes. It wasn't the exodus of a tribe using a Semitic language from Egypt. It was the nonsense cessationist God that made us taking the fuck off in his fancy pants spaceship. And what then of the ark and what happened to the man? I don't know. However, that's essentially that's the bit. That's the bit why Ken Wilber and Mercury Black made an appearance, because Ken Wilber was interviewed-ish by the guy on the Sorting Myself channel, associated with Ryan Halsworth. Ryan something. Interviewed this Ken Wilber fella, and that all the integral bullshit that Homath is selling, that all that shit that Peter Jones fella said, that all comes from Ken Wilber, who says that he's an old vampire Nosferatu looking guy when he's not dressed up as an old lady. And it's true. And the thing is, the integral Gnosticism, and the big difference between that and what we call Christianity is the difference of whether or not when you're praying to the universe, you're praying to everything, or if the creator is separate from creation, outside of time and space and beyond it, and the creator, not the creation. That's a Gnosticism. It's like the smuggling of Jesus. That's how they smuggle Gnosticism, and they're doing it mainly through the work of Ken Wilber and the whole health program and the whole. And if you see the word whole, a walking study in demonology. It's this. That's the Gnostic smuggling there. And the reason Mercury Black's name is on this card is because he told me we wanted it to be real. If you're playing a video game, the closest you get to in the video game is that you forget you're you. And so why not therefore take that to the limit and assume that that's the nature of the simulation? And that much like I'm sure you've encountered before, and was the revelation of the Prometheus series, where it shows the power of names and names backwards, like Harpo and Oprah and Harpocrates, and just watch for backward names. What? Yes, but we don't know if we can or we cannot make realm edits. We do not know that we can't become lucid, and that this is not but merrily life is but a dream, that we row our boats, and because that's, you've heard it before, it's another blue anchor that helps those ready to become lucid here in it is what you make of it. It is what you make of it. When the Woke Awakened. There you got the thumbnail. And to be wrong. Oh, finishing being wrong. How much more meaningful then, how much more meaningful then for God the Father, the Creator, to fulfill the promises and prophecies of our genetic engineers by incarnating the Logos into the form of these risen apes. These risen apes, FYI, it's fallen apes. We've fallen from the unity consciousness that animals and plants and everything else experiences to be farmed. Farming, wow. I'm a real boy now. That's the one thing we were taught. It's the image we were made in. It's WoW was such a great video game until you ran into the Chinese farmers and realized what was really going on. They took your experience and they farmed it for gold.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
And when I got into Axe/D&D tonight with the fellas, they're complaining about a wish economy where any place where wishes were for sale was problematic, and that's essentially what lucidity would be if life were but a dream, would it not? A wish economy. I tell you one thing: the entertainment, the notion sold through film cinemas. My favorites are the ones in which one gets a glimpse. I had the hardest fucking deja vu during the D&D game tonight, the hardest. And because it was so fucking complex. I was playing D&D with a guy who was the son of the, and then we just killed 10 people and it was okay. And it was such a, because for me, the deja vus have always been like really complex, but like sensate dreams I have. And I remember them because they're so fucking weird. Like one I got, the Obama got assassinated. But anyway, I was, and it realized to me that's another part. That's another piece where permission slips come into play. I think deja vu when it happens, and in case you're curious, in the OBS, this is the font deja vu. When the woke awaken, when the woke awaken, when the woke awaken. That when you're experiencing deja vu, you can, if you want to stop whatever path it's offering you, you say, "Hey guys, I'm having deja vu right now." But if you don't stop it and say that and just ride it out and experience the entirety of the deja vu, then you're choosing that path that you've predetermined with your higher self, or such bullshit you can get sold by someone like Bashar.
Tap into the communication, the ripples, the information that is always coming to you from the rest of your being, the rest of you as a soul, as a sphere of consciousness, a sphere of light. By opening up a little bit, you then contain the ability within that seed, within the center of that seed, to harbor some of the vibrational frequencies of information that come to you, the messages that come to you from your soul, from the higher mind. So the idea then is that comes in an energy language, as we have said. And that energy language, that energy message from your soul self to the little seed that is more expanded, is translated by that little seed in the center, that little physical mind being in the center, as the sensation called passion, curiosity, love, creativity. And that is when you receive the message from the soul self, that whatever contains that passion, whatever.
I call bullshit. I think that's selling Luciferic selfhood. Yeah. And I think but instead of passion, what it was this.
Very profound. Like very strange people speaking very strange languages, unnecessarily hyping things up. And I prayed, God, if you're there, show me. And I had this very profound. It's funny. I've told this story so many times, and I begin to be skeptical of my own memories. The stories we tell a lot, right? You're like, what is actual memory and what is?
Yeah. Like, how have I polished it up?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm very skeptical of myself, but I can't think of that moment without some sort of echo of the. Sorry, that doesn't always happen. Encounter.
Yeah.
And that was that, really.
Yeah.
But I never really found a way to combine that like nerdy questioning bit of me with that emotional experiential encounter that I'd had. And so just under a decade later, I was working on a program about the Bible.
Not the decade later part, the part in the front. I think that's not your passion. I think that, if that makes any sense. And also, I wanted to point you to this. If you haven't watched it, it's fascinating on a lot of levels. It's the character, like the stories of old, and his piece on the Planet of the Apes. Here's a part. Oh, I've lost connection to the screen share audio. Let me stop the screen and present again. You sorry son of... They got DRM on this?
Or rather, any species capable of complex language. Now, in war, he has to come to terms with the implications of that on a deeply personal level. Has to wrestle with that darkness existing within him in a scenario where that darkness is at its strongest, its most destructive, and most viscerally projected outwards.
We hate you. We're hating the dark side of ourselves.
And to bring everything full circle, the end of the Caesar trilogy also introduces a mutation of the simian flu that regresses humans back into some primal, more animalistic state by first and foremost robbing them of, you guessed it,
If they tell you first and you go along with it anyway, they get bonus points.
their ability to speak. Interestingly enough, the loss of language is framed here not just as a return to ignorance, but also, in some way, as a return to innocence, which I don't think is the movie's way of arguing that we would be better off being mute, better off being basically non-existent. Rather, it serves to emphasize that which makes us, us. Throughout the new series, language is shown as the cornerstone of our species, as the fundamental
Etymology for you and me. Can't you see? Can't you see? All right, so that you get you were wrong. You did the monkey thumbnail. You did the When the Woke Awaken. You did all the tabs. You want to hit back again upon the estuary face-to-face and finish out the fact that you have the opportunity to not only attend the speaking of Dr. Michael Martin, Paul Vanderklee, Dr. Christine Carrot Wong, for only $200. Where's that at? But also, you can have a barbecue with a bunch of us for only $100 more. And now, I've been given 12 tickets for the Grim Grizz birthday party Sunday night, role playing, and then whatever happens, with a special menu to be decided and determined by what is my favorite food. We can put in your submissions in the comments of what my favorite food might be, and then maybe it is. Maybe it is. Nate's gonna cook it for us. It's gonna be a birthday VIP super thing, and I have a special code word to give 12 people to obtain these tickets, upon which they cost $100. And so for only $100, once you have the magic code word, you can attend this event. However,
Now, what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime? I don't know.
that code word is going to be a little more expensive than that, I'm afraid, as it's going to financially enable me to go from this place to the Pacific Northwest on my birthday-ish and care for the living things that have fallen under my responsibility by the names of Buddy, Sylvia, Penny, and Kayfabe Christmas. So they are there. The tickets exist. There are 12 of them. You need the magic code word, and then you get to buy them for $100. But how you get that code word is yet to be determined.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
And that's a damn near 2-hour stream and or morning routine thing to listen to while you're being virtually not alone. I hope there's probably a Grail Country stream to tune into right now if you want to participate and be on the screen and join the celebrity cast of the TLC Flotilla show, which if you ever make the end of this, remember when we were first talking, you said you knew people who knew producers and showrunners and stuff, and then my life took a derail. Can we get back to that? Because while we're here, I think we're tapping into.
You have meddled
filled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it!
And, like, if I can get this ship to the point where I can get a damage report? Meanwhile, good night, Embody. Hello, good morning, Embody. Bless you and the rest of the day. Savings throws at the front. Don't forget the lawsuit. Criminally negligent. Man.